In this video, we'll be talking about the genomic analysis of COVID-19 for May 8th, 2020. For the full situation report and more regionally focused analyses, please visit our website at nextstrain.org. For this report, we analyzed 2,226 publicly shared COVID-19 genomes. By comparing these viral genomes to each other, we can characterize how COVID-19 is moving around the world and spreading locally. This week, we focus on recent regional spread across Asia. Some areas that we will report on are India and Singapore. We currently have sequences from samples taken in 28 countries in Asia. While this data enables us to infer many useful characteristics, it's important to emphasize that our conclusions are limited by the available data. For example, the map shows very few sequences from the Middle East. This is not because COVID-19 isn't circulating in these areas or that these cases are not as crucial to understand. Rather, we just don't have much data available from these areas. The size of each circle on the map indicates how much data is currently available from that area, rather than the true size of the outbreak. There has been many separate independent introductions to Delhi, India. Between March 1st to April 15th, 38 viral genomes from the Delhi area were sampled and sequenced, which are shown here in the tree. In the middle of the tree, we see a sizable cluster of closely related cases. This is consistent with a single introduction, followed by local community spread. However, it is crucial to consider the context of this cluster. Scattered across the tree, we also see many small clusters and isolated cases, representing separate introductions from all over the world. We don't have enough data to say what followed these other introductions, if or how far they spread, but we can say that the large cluster of cases is only part of the story. Now, we'll provide context for the outbreak among migrant workers in Singapore. In the last 10 weeks, SARS-CoV-2 has been introduced to Singapore many times from multiple locations. Most of these introductions have led to limited onward transmission, single cases or small clusters on the tree. In the middle of the tree, however, we see a single introduction that led to extensive onward transmission. This large cohesive cluster is most closely related to the samples from India and the Philippines. This is consistent with recent reports that the virus is spreading rapidly among vulnerable confined populations of migrant workers in Singapore. This illustrates how the extent to which an introduction spreads within a population depends on sociological factors and emphasizes why it's critically important to protect vulnerable groups. For Malaysia, we have 14 sequences on Nextstrain. These were sampled between late January and late March. These sequences group with several different clades, each of which was circulating mostly in other Asian countries. This suggests that there have been multiple introductions from the surrounding region into Malaysia. We see a similar pattern repeated for many other countries in the region, such as multiple introductions, many of which were well contained, but with a few that took off to spark local transmission. We encourage you to explore the data yourself. In our online situation report, the Explore the Data Yourself button is located on the top right-hand corner. As shown here, you will observe similar patterns in Jordan, Japan, Thailand, and the United Arab Emirates. Similar patterns can also be seen for Kuwait, Georgia, Taiwan, and Vietnam. The consistency of this pattern is strong evidence that the virus frequently crosses international borders. Thus, in order to effectively control the epidemic in one country, we must control the pandemic across all countries through coordinated international efforts. In conclusion, here are some takeaways from our report this week. The outbreak in India is the result of many separate introductions from around the world. In Singapore, sociological factors accelerated the expansion of one introduction to become a large outbreak, in contrast to the many introductions which have not spread widely. And the last point is, in Asia, most countries' outbreaks have a similar history. Many separate introductions from other countries, some of which resulted in local spread. This pattern of multiple introductions over time emphasizes the need for international and regional cooperation to fully control the pandemic. Here are some steps you can take as an individual. Practice strict social distancing, especially if you're in the vulnerable group. Remember that even if you're not super vulnerable, many people around you are. Follow these practices to protect others. Wash your hands like you just chopped a jalapeno and have to change a contact lens. Stay home as much as possible, especially if you're sick. And lastly, if you're an employer, encourage your employees to stay home whenever possible. Here are some other steps your officials can take. Some examples are to make testing free and broadly available, put strong social distancing measures in place, fund and implement extensive contact tracing efforts, and lastly, financially support those impacted by social distancing measures. We would like to acknowledge the amazing and timely work done by all scientists involved in this outbreak. Only through the rapid sharing of genomic data and metadata are analyses such as these possible. Check out our weekly reports, which are also available in different languages on our website. Thanks for watching.